Thank you. So having done the algorithm A star, we now move over to modifying the depth first search technique. Let us just quickly recap. We are solving a minimization problem for the time being. At every node, we have Fn equal to Gn plus Hn, and we also have the Hn less than equal to H star n, and we also have Hn is monotonic. This is our problem. So how do we modify depth first search? As we know, depth first search may not give the first solution to be optimal. So we will get a sequence of solutions as we move by using depth first search. Because in depth first search, the newer elements will be put back into the front of open list. So in open list, the new elements will be inserted in front. So what we do is we create a variable called current best, which we initialize to infinity. That means since I have got no solution till now, I initialize to infinity. Then I perform DFS with Fn. That means how do I use Fn? I don't use Fn for either insertion from into the open list or removal from the open list. But has my screen gone blank? Is my screen visible?
No, sir. It's
We can
visible.
see the screen.
It's
Good,
visible.
good. Good.
So your screen is
So
not
I
visible.
think there are people who have started the class in some other. So OK, fine, good. So what we do is in open list, we remove the first node from open list as in depth first search, and we generate the children. So our steps, as you can recall, what were our steps of any heuristic search algorithm? Initialize,
Then select, then goal test, then expand,
test,
then expand, then continue.
Expand, then continue. So here in the initialization step, the additional thing that we do, other than keeping the open list, with only the start node and computing its FS value, here we assign current best to infinity. And what do we select in open list for depth first search? The first node. Now, here, the first node in open, let it be n. If n is goal, what do we do?
Update current best if it is less than the current best.
Correct. So there are 2-3 things we will have to do. If it is goal, then we update CB with the best of the current CB and the cost of this node. Now, suppose we are not supposed to get it, but suppose. Now, once we expand the node and we generate the children. So again, there are 2-3 cases. This node, the new children could either be new. That means they are neither in open nor in closed. If they are neither in open nor in closed, we compute their Fn equal to Gni, Hni and Fni. We compute this Fni equal to Gni plus Hni. Is there anything else we need to do? Is there anything else we need to do?
We need to check if the Fn is greater than or equal to best cost. Then
Yes. This is a very important point. This point is very important. If Fni is greater than or equal to CB, then what do we do?
Put it in closed.
Discard.
Oh yeah, discard. Sorry.
We simply discard this node. Has everybody understood why? Because this is a lower bound. We already have a solution of cost, let us say 23. The Fni of this node is 24. So is there any point going below this node?
No, sir.
Right. So this step is called pruning. And then you do the rest of the steps and continue. So we go on doing this, and our termination criteria will be when open is empty. When open is empty, we will terminate with CB. If CB is infinity, then we have not found a solution. However, we know that depth first search can go in one direction if the graph is infinite in one direction and the solution lies in another path at a finite step. Depth first search can go bad. So now these are the small steps. I will request you to work out the algorithm on your own and write the full version of the algorithm. So let us now quickly execute this. And I have done it in the video, but today we will do it. Depth first search. Depth first search. See, in best first search or A star, since the open list is sorted by Fn, or we remove the minimum, it does not matter in which order you put the nodes into open. Correct? But does it matter in depth first search?
Yes.
It will matter, right? Digvijay Nath Tiwari.
sir,
Will it matter?
yes, sir, it will.
Right. So let us look at the steps of the algorithm and let us do in another order than what we have done before. So in step 1, what is open, what is closed? Digvijay, tell me.
So in step 1, open will be in just A and closed will be empty.
Yeah, open will be A with 0, 6, 6 null and closed is empty. Good. Now Azim Sohail, are you there in class? Azim Sohail. Poonam, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Please note down those who are not responding. Azim Sohail.
Yes.
Okay. Chavi Chaudhary.
Yes, sir.
So now, which will be removed from open?
Sir, A.
A will be removed from open. And when A is removed from open, what will be put in open and A will be put in closed, and what will be put in open?
Sir, B.
Only B.
Sir, B, C, D.
B, C and D. Normally we can put it in this because it's a stack. So the order in which it is put in open is important in depth first search, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
let us now put it in the reverse order. Let us choose the order. Let us choose D, C, B. So what is the F value in D?
Sir, 8.
For C?
18.
16. 12 plus 4.
Yes, sir. 16.
And for B?
For B, 15.
Thank you. Devdut Mandal. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, what is our initial CB?
Sir, initial CB was null.
Infinity. Initial CB is infinity.
Yeah. Because we will take the lowest one.
Now which node is put in closed?
Sir, as it is DFBB, then we will put D as closed.
Very good. Very good. Which children are going to be put now?
Sir, H and G.
H will have F value how much?
4 plus 3, 7. And
No. H will have F
yes,
value. F value of H.
F value. It is,
G value of D. G value of D is 5. So G
yes.
value of H will be 9. So F value of H will be
9 plus 3.
12. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What else will be put? G.
So G value will put, and then
No.
F
Other
value.
than H, D has been taken out. So what will be put in open? The children of D, no?
Yes, sir. G and H will be put in the
So
open. And
we are
C and
putting
D
it
will
in,
retain.
Right. Wait. Yeah. So what is the F value of node G?
Sir, F value is say 14.
14?
So 14 is the.
What is the G again? Come, you're not concentrating. What is the G value of D?
G value. Oh, okay. G value of D is 5.
So what is the G value of node G?
G value of node G is sir 5 plus 6, 11.
What is the H value of node G?
Sir 11 and sir 3. So for G, sir, it is 1.
So then 11 plus 1 is?
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, 12.
Concentrate. Everybody is okay up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, Eshan Deo, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So what will be removed from open?
Sir, H.
Good. And what will happen?
So,
What
sir,
are
H
the
is,
children of H?
there are no children. Achha, C is the children, but.
So what will happen to that?
But C is already, in the open list, so.
And? You are not studying. Have you come to C with a smaller G or not?
Yes, sir, update. We will update.
We will update C. And
yes.
You will now have an option of putting back C in the front of the queue also if you want, or you can keep it there. That is not specified in the algorithm.
Yes, sir.
If you don't do that, then you will have G as 12, C as, what will be the new value of C? F value, new F value?
5 plus 4, 9 plus 2. 15.
Now,
Sir, in the
Hardik, huh?
sir, excuse me, I have a doubt. Can I?
Yes,
speak?
ask.
Sir, in the third step, you have kept H. After that, you have kept G. So can we like write it G after that H?
I think did you enter the class a little late? I said that it is obviously it is dependent on the order.
Yes, sir.
And in the recorded video, I am giving it in left to right order. Now we are doing it in right to left order. So it always depends on the order. That is what we discussed a little while earlier.
Okay, sir.
Obviously, the depth first search will depend on the order in which you insert the nodes, the children in
Yes.
open.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, good. Himadri Pandya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you tell me what will be removed now?
Sir, G will be moved to close.
And what will come to open?
H
What
and
are the children of G?
H and J.
H and J. Now, for H, you are going to come to it with a larger cost. So you don't bother. So now you put J in open, right?
Yes. For it will be just a second. 14.
Yes, I wrote 14. Now, somebody tell me, Malga Kaushik, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So what will be removed?
J will be removed, sir.
And once J is removed, what do you have to do?
We have found cold state, so we'll terminate it.
You terminate it.
No, sir. Like we will update the better cost value.
So this CB will now become
14.
And you have C 15 and B 15.
15.
Now, which node will be removed? Naveen? Naveen?
Yes, sir.
Which node will be removed?
Now, but we have reached to our goal, sir. So
Your first goal you terminate in depth first search. You forgot. You were not there when I started the class.
No, sir, I was there.
So the first goal, is it guaranteed to be optimal?
No, sir. It is not guaranteed.
So what do you do here now? Now in this step, now that you have got open list containing C and B,
we'll move the C to the.
You remove the C and then
to the closed list.
And then?
Then we'll be updating the. We'll update. And then we'll move to the children of C, and then we'll check whether we can find
Anybody else has anything to say here?
Sir, we will discard C only.
We will remove C and discard C. Why?
Sir, because it has cost 15 greater than current waste, which is 14.
Correct. Discard C because its Fn is greater than or equal to CB. So we come here, and in this step, I was hesitating so that I can come to this example. In this step, the first node in open is removed, and also pruning is possible here. A pruning test needs to be done if that node is if the F value of that node is greater than equal to CB or not. So that pruning step has to be done twice, once when you generate children and once when you remove from open. So once you remove this, you have B. And then which node is removed?
B is removed and discarded.
B is removed and discarded. And now that open is empty, this is your solution. As you can see, if you did it from left to right, that means you started with B, C, D in open rather than D, C, B, or you did D, B, C, or you did C, D, B, then the sequence of nodes expanded and the sequence of solutions found would be different. That is why depth first search is said to be directional. But the advantage, as we mentioned earlier, is that its memory requirement is less. And because its memory requirement is less, therefore, depth first search often is a more potent option when you want to work under limited memory. But its pitfall is that while it guarantees the optimal solution, but there are certain cases of infinite graphs where A star will give you the solution, but DFBB will not.
Sir, in the closed list, it will be last. It will be J, I think, instead of C.
Yeah, J. Thank you. It is J.
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, just a small doubt. What is the definition of closed list? The nodes which we have expanded, or we have what exactly?
Expand.
So should J be there, or?
Yeah. The nodes which are removed from open in step 2.
Okay.
So, B will be there.
I mean, J, you said step 2. Means here in this list, like open closed step 2, we are not removing J.
Yeah, we will have to put, once we remove J, we will put J.
Yes, we will go to we'll put that it in closed list. From open to closed list will go.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, sorry.
So that is optional. Whether you when you select you put it or expand you put it is a little optional. Because only if it is not a goal node or only if it is pruned, you will not expand it. So typically we look at closed as to nodes expanded. But you could also make nodes selected. You have to just modify the algorithm. It's not a big deal. So now let us come to iterative deepening. So in iterative deepening, previously we were doing by depth cutoff. Yes. So instead of depth cutoff, what will we do now?
Level wise.
Cost cutoff. We'll do a cost cutoff. That means we will start with an initial cutoff and we will remove all those nodes which are generated whose costs are greater than that cutoff. So we set the initial cutoff to Fs. Fs is what is Fs?
F of start node.
F of start node. That is my initial cutoff. Now I perform depth first branch and bound using this cutoff bound. That means whenever any node has got an Fn value greater than this cutoff, I discard that node in that iteration. So in any iteration, If a solution is found, I terminate. First solution, I terminate. But because it is iterative deepening, in one iteration, in a particular iteration or in a series of iterations till now, I may not get a solution. That means I have not seen sufficiently deep enough. So if I don't find a solution in a particular iteration, I will update the cutoff. Now listen carefully as to how I will update the cutoff. I am pursuing search. So this is my cutoff in iteration I. In iteration I, let this be my cost cutoff. So when I run the iteration, then there will be several nodes from which I backtrack in this step. So let this red colored set be the set of all backtracked nodes. Now if I want to guarantee, so let this set be called B in that iteration. What will be the cutoff for the next iteration because I have not found a solution?
So it will remain unchanged.
If it remains unchanged, then the algorithm will go into an infinite loop, no?
We'll replace it among the lowest FN values.
Right, right. So next cutoff is equal to minimum f of m such that m is an element of B. Naveen, is that what you wanted to say?
Yes, sir.
Good. And so that becomes the new cutoff for the next iteration. So once that becomes the new cutoff for the next iteration, I go back to step 2. So I am just modifying the iterative deepening search, which was going level by level. Now I am going cost by cost. So let us see how the algorithm works. So let us say I have iteration. I have cutoff. I have open and closed. I'm not writing open and closed separately so as we can save space. I'm just writing open. OK. And I want to make the new cutoff. So in iteration 1, what is my cutoff in this problem?
6.
6.
Sir.
Very good. 6. Now when I run with cutoff 6, which nodes will be seen? A. And from where will we, we will go from A to B, but B has got F value equal to 15, so we will backtrack. So we will remove and backtrack from A, B, C, D, and B, C, D are nodes where we will backtrack from, and A will be expanded. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the new cutoff now?
8.
8.
8.
So in iteration 2, I start with cutoff 8. Now which nodes are seen? A is expanded. I generate B, C, D. B has got F value 15. C has got F value
16.
16.
16.
So these two are discarded. D is expanded and I generate G and H. But G's F value is 12.
12.
And HF value is also 12.
12.
So they are also discarded. What is the new cutoff?
12.
12.
So now you got the hang of it. So when the new cutoff is 12, then A is expanded, B, C are expanded, D is again expanded. Then from G is expanded, J is generated but backtracked from because the value of J is 14. H is expanded and C is updated. We had discarded C. So now here C is updated or C has, because we have discarded it. If we have kept it in close, we have to update it. But even if we update it, its current new value will be 15. It was 16, it will be 15. And again it will be discarded. So what is the new cutoff?
14.
14.
And in the next iteration, when you start with 14, then you will do same thing like this and you will reach J and this is goal. And you will terminate. Rajat, can you mute please, unless you want to say something? So this is how iterative deepening A star executes.
So
again, yes.
Sorry. So you said terminate after you find the first goal.
Yeah.
Why is it optimal?
Why is it optimal? Can anybody tell?
Because
you have not found a goal. Let me explain. You have not found a goal till cutoff 12. Okay. Now, what is the new cutoff? It is the smallest among the new nodes in the iteration. All the others are old nodes. If it is the smallest among them, now tell me, can there be a solution of cost 13 anywhere if the heuristics are lower bounds and monotonic?
Not possible.
If the heuristics are lower bound and monotonic, then can there be a solution of cost 13?
No.
That is the argument. By contradiction, you can do.
Good. Thank you, sir.
But what is the false side of it? What is the flip side?
Re-expanding nodes.
Re-expansions. What we noticed in normal iterative deepening, when we go level by level in a tree, then we found out that if BFS expands order n nodes, then IDS also expands order n nodes. It's approximately 2n in a binary tree. But when you have cost cutoffs, you can prove, when I leave this to you to prove, if A star expands order n nodes, so if A star expands n nodes, ID A star in the worst case can, can expand order n squared nodes. That is the flip side, because you can prove, when I leave this to you, I will not prove this myself, and I leave it to you to prove this. So having understood ID star and the three algorithms now, we now move on to, we have discussed. There are 2-3 things I've left for you to do. One is to prove the effect of heuristic accuracy. The more accurate the heuristics are, the less the nodes will be expanded, both in A star and in ID star. But for DFBB, the property holds provided the directions are same for both. Now come to maximization problems. So in our maximization problems, in these steps, what is the differences we want in A star? What are the properties we need for a maximization problem to run in A star? Can anybody tell me what are the issues we want? For guaranteeing optimal cost?
So every heuristic has to be an overestimate, and we will have to choose maximum Fn in a particular iteration.
Heuristic estimate Hn must be greater than or equal to H star, except where? At goal. Goal, it has to be Hn is equal to 0. For goal, Hn has to be 0. Otherwise, it will not work properly. And secondly, in select, as you rightly pointed out, we remove the node with maximum Fn value. Is that clear to everybody? Anybody has a doubt? If there are no doubts, then tell me, what do I do in DFBB for maximization?
So we backtrack for Fn less than the best cost, means our maximized.
What is our first thing? CB is initialized to
0.
CB initialized to 0. Second is pruning is done when Fn
is less than the CP.
less than equal to also. Yeah. Good. And what do we do for IDA star?
Backtrack if Fn is less than or equal to the current
Right.
cost cutoff.
One is backtrack in an iteration if Fn is less than equal to bound, current bound.
That CB in DFDB is CB initialized to 0 or infinity?
If it is initialized to infinity and you are maximizing a solution, you will never find the solution, your final solution. There can be nothing better than infinity. In DFDB, the CB continues for minimization problem, the CB continues to decrease. In maximization problem, the CB continues to increase.
Oh, okay, sir.
And what is the next cutoff is now set to be in IDA star for maximization?
Some of the backtrack nodes.
Yes. So minimum Fn n element of B. So in IDA star for minimization problems, the cutoff bounds are increasing, strictly increasing, whereas for maximization problems, they are strictly decreasing. So I have already discussed in the video lecture the knapsack problem, both for its state transformation rules, heuristics, everything I have discussed. It's a very standard problem. In the assignment yesterday, I gave a variation of this problem only, but converted it to a minimization problem. Did you all observe? The coin selection problem.
Yes, sir.
So the coin selection problem or the knapsack problem are part of a general problem known as subset problems. I have to find a subset. Whereas the traveling salesman problem, so these are combination problems. Whereas the TSP or its variants are sequence or permutation problems. Another problem is a permutation problem which we have done. Do you know which one?
Sliding puzzle?
Yes. The sliding puzzle is the very good. The sliding puzzle is also a permutation. Good. So if you have any questions, otherwise I will stop here today. And we will, because the next topic, I don't have enough time to start the next topic. So we will start the next topic afresh on 30th.
Sir, can you go to the previous slide? So here for IDA in a maximization problem, next cutoff will be maximum of the Fn, right?
Minimum.
If it is less.
Sorry, maximum of the Fn. Maximum of the. Sorry. Maximum. Because among those from which I have cut off, that means they were all less than the current. The current cutoff was initial cutoff was set to Fs, which was an upper bound. So it will be a maximum. There I took minimum. Here I will have to take maximum. You're right. Thank you.
Sir. Hello.
Oh, hello.
Sir, I didn't understand the disadvantage of ID star. Sir, you said re-expansion. Sir, can you explain that?
So in ID star, did you remember, see in ID star, in every iteration, node A is expanded again.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Then
Okay.
B, C, D are expanded in are generated in every iteration. So
Yes,
you
sir.
will see that in the first iteration, one node is expanded. In the second iteration, you can have 1 plus 1. One new node is expanded in every iteration.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, understood.
Sir.
Hello? Sir, sir,
Yes.
in the case of maximization problem, how are we doing pruning, sir? Because in the later stage, there can be one node whose f of n is very high. Like,
Yeah.
suppose that.
So let it be very
where
high.
will
If that is the solution,
where will that be considered again, sir?
you are expanding. If you are doing A star or DFBP or ID star.
In A star, for suppose I'm saying.
Okay, in A star, you are removing the node in with which Fn value, largest or smallest?
We'll remove largest one.
Largest. So you're removing the largest. Like in A star for minimization problems, the sequence of Fn values removed in step 2, selected in step 2 was increasing or decreasing for minimization problems?
Sir, it should be decreasing, sir.
Was it decreasing? We ran A star so many times. Minimization.
Okay, increase.
Increasing. Now in maximization problem, will it be increasing or decreasing?
Okay, sir. Sir, but I am saying suppose we have first included B, C and D, and out of that we have selected maybe suppose say D.
You have selected D because the Fn value of D was the largest, right?
Yes, sir.
So here the monotonicity, see the heuristic estimates are overestimates, remember. At every node, the Hn value is greater than equal to H star n for maximization problems.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir. So that will be the maximum that can be possible. Even. Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, I couldn't understand in ID star why we are not maintaining a closed list.
We are maintaining. I didn't draw it. I didn't write it here. We are maintaining everything.
Then why are we having to re-expand A? I mean,
that is the property. If you don't re-expand A, then your memory requirement will become same as A star. If you keep the nodes, then your memory requirement will be same as A star. So after one iteration is over, you flush open and close and restart. No, that is the algorithm.
Okay.
If you don't do that, then your open and close, see, you're going to expand all the nodes that A star sees. You cannot leave out any node, right?
Yeah.
So now if you store all of them, then your memory requirement becomes same as A star and you're starting all over again. What is the point?
Okay, sir.
So in ID star, after every iteration you throw away, you restart from the beginning. Open content start, closed is empty.
Okay,
because
sir.
if you don't, then it will, just be there.
Yeah, I got it, sir.
Good. You can stop the recording. We can stop today. Thank you very
Sir,
much.
if